So if in the last class we have seen the DHCP, now I'm going to replace the DHCP server with Kali Linux server to see the DHCP packets. I think last time we configured, let me check the configs. So we made R1 as a DHCP server. I'm going to check all the config. So I have this DHCP pool for 10 network. This is coming from the 10 and this is 40 interconnect point to point. So let me check why I don't get an IP address here in VPC. So as I said, I'm going to replace this VPC with Kali Linux to see the captures, DHCP packets, GI0/1. Connect to GI0/1, same port. I'm going to check the switch. So there is no configuration on the switch. I think it's wiped out. I'm going to configure this interface GI0/0. No switch port. IP address 40001 255.255.255.0. To show run interface GI0/0. Trying to ping the next hop 4000. Ping 4002 on the other end. Going to R1. It's 40002. So I can ping 4002. As I said, we should have a default route pointing to the next hop IP route. Sorry, I think 40002, I think. Yeah. 40002. I'm going to mark this IP address here next stop. Yeah, here 40002. So from VPC on the switch, I should do the port configuration here. Sure, I know about 40 network. So there is my DHCP is on 40 network. So I should create one more sub interface VLAN 10, interface VLAN 10, IP address 10.0.0.1, 255.255.255.0. No shut. So I'm going to configure the DHCP relay agent, interface VLAN 10, IP helper address My DHCP relay agent is 40002. Also, I'm going to configure the switch port GA0/1, access VLAN 10, and a bound support. Base VLAN 10, no shut. Also, I'm going to check the layer to VLAN. VLAN 10 and my port 0 GA0/1 is assigned to VLAN 10. So I'm going to this VPC console, maximize this. It's turned on. So I'm going to configure the Ethernet 0 to get an automatic IP address here. Going to wired setting. So I'm going to assign an automatic IP assignment and simultaneously let me run the capture. So the traffic is going on Ethernet 0. Is it would be so bootp is the command if you give. I think in DHCP also it should work. I don't know why. So you can see the Discover packages keep going and I didn't see any IP address, right? Let me go to the switch. First, let me test the connection from the switch. Show IP interface brief. First thing is I have to ping 40002. I can ping. If you go to the switch, show MAC address table, VLAN 10. I can see only the one connected port is on GI0/1. Okay, I see that it's on VLAN 10 and I see the MAC address. Going to Linux command prompt. Two E00 is the MAC address of it, but I don't see. Okay, let me go to the switch and say show MAC address table. So I don't see the MAC address of this GA0/0, right? here?
I think it's the same Mac, Praveen. 2E00. That's not.
2E00 is a MAC address of the Linux, the Kali Linux. What you are referring to?
No, that's what like I was referring that Linux only. We are searching for which Mac. Like
The next stop here, 40001, the connected interface point to point.
okay.
Yeah. So I have to try to ping across. Ping 40001 coming from source 10001. Can ping it till the capture shows. Discover, still I didn't get it. Show IP route. I can see that from R1. Let's check the route from R1. I think I can ping across. I don't need to check the route. Okay, for 10 network, I don't have a route, right? So 40001 is my next stop. Because since it's directly connected, I can ping across. But from this R1, I don't know about 10 network. So if I try to ping 10001, I can ping it now. It's going to Linux. To the capture again. There's no DHCP packets. See this 2V00, but I don't see this connection coming for this. Is it turned off? IP address 10001. How can this duplicate IP address? It shouldn't happen like this. Assigning the default gateway there. So going to R1. Configure IP DHCP pool. DHCP exclude. I think. What is the command to exclude? There is an option to exclude, but I don't remember the command right now. Subnet, server, NetBIOS, option. In the direct DNS server, there is an option for to exclude the address. try network. Ten zero zero zero. I can give the subnet mask. That's something subnet prefix length. This never happened like this. How can it picks the same default gateway as an IP address and this guy is leasing this thing?
Okay. Is there a command like IP DHCP exclude address?
No, I tried that. Um, there is no exclude command here. Default router is I will.
Without in pool. You have to run in the config mode.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Exit. Now try.
Yeah, right. I'm going to give 10001.
210.0.0.4. Okay, just one IP.
Yeah, we can give that. Yeah, 10004. I mean, we never use this routers for DHCP, right? So I don't remember this for a long time. Let's rediscover this. So now I got this. So also for sorry, for duplicate IP address, you guys can see this. For duplicate IP address, you can see a Gretaceous ARP, GARP. We discussed this in the previous classes. So when you're doing DHCP simultaneously, if you see this ARPs, so that's something you should know that this is because of a duplicate IP address. You didn't get an IP address. That's one thing. And as I said in the last class, section DHCP, I'm going to change the gateway on purpose. So if I do no default router 10001 and I'm purposely giving something wrong, 10.0.0.15. I'm going to Linux. I'm going to turn off this port. It's excluded, but still, is it getting 10.0.0.1?
Try to clear the lease.
Yeah. It's not a binding. It's a command IP.
To clear IP DHCP binding.
All right, yeah. So let's say show IP DHCP bindings. So it's okay. Binding all. Let me turn off and turn on simultaneously so that the capture is still running. By the way, this Wireshark is pretty old. I can't type DHCP.
Again 10001.
I don't know why this is going crazy. R1. See, we excluded this address.
Can you check like if conflict is available still? Show IP DHCP conflict. I think that is a command.
I don't see any conflict here. Let's see binding. I think it should give again 10. Okay, it is giving 10005.
Hmm.
But why this guy is still picking this 10001? Yeah, now it got 10005. Okay, so I think we didn't see the packets inside. The relay agent is what is that? Whole new different output size I'm looking at here. Client IP address is 10005, but my relay agent should be 40002. So again, saying something duplicate IP address. So it's telling okay, 10001 duplicate IP address is fine, but I should see my helper address 40002 there. Let's turn off and let's take all the DHCP packets, boot B. So going from 0, offer, subnet mask, what is my default gateway is 10.0.0.50 is fine. Release time renewal, but here my relay agent, why it's showing is 10.0.0.1. Let's do a fresh capture here.
But is it directly connected to the switch? This Kali Linux?
Yeah.
Then relay agent will not be required, no?
No, the DHCP server is R1. That is on 40
R1.
network.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't why there is a discrepancy in the packet capture here. It should not show something like this. Let's see. No packets, no activity. Okay. So no, I should see packets here. Call Linux Ethernet 0. Why this is what it says here 10.0.0.5, 10.50 connectivity. Go to manual to rediscover again. I don't see any DHCP packet going out.
But IP is already assigned, no? You have to reset the interface.
We
Yeah,
have
I just
to
now
clear
write
the
it.
binding because that lease period will be there. So it'll
To restart the interface, enable and disable. Still, like Kali Linux has holded the IP.
Okay. Think better we will do shut and no shut. This case not responding properly.
You can, I mean, like from the Kali Linux, just disable the interface from the wired.
I tried, but
No,
it
no,
didn't
no.
work.
Yeah, this one. Correct. It is not happening. From, okay, it happened. Otherwise, CLI command is there.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, let's check. Now there is no IP.
Hmm.
Apply. We enable this. I think the discovery is going on now. Okay. What is the offer packet I got? So I don't know why this is showing us 10001. VLAN 10. Let me bounce this port. VLAN 10, no IP, helper address. So in my capture again, let me see what the capture looks like now. We're going to flush the binding R1.
Clear IP DHCP binding.
Twenty-two packets, but hmm,
Just enable and disable.
yeah, it's not responding. I think we should see the discovery going out now. So I didn't configure the relay agent interface VLAN. Okay. Okay, so I see discover offer. This is going crazy. I don't know why. This should not. My relay agent. Hmm. So what is my router address? Subnet mask. Offer. Quest. I think we are right. Yeah. My relay agent is this gateway. VLAN 10. And my DHCP server is 40002, isn't it? It's also giving a name call Linux host name. What else I can see here? Other parameters. Subnet mask. Okay, 10005. So what is my router ID here? Score offer acknowledgement. If I go to acknowledgement, my gateway is 10.0050. So from here, if I try to ping 40001, I can't ping it. Why? Anybody knows why we can't ping?
Gateway is wrong.
Yeah, correct. Go to R1. We did this on purpose. Show run section. So even though if we see we get a DHCP, we generally do. People they do okay. I got all these 4 packets, Dora. So we don't generally check what are the parameters we received. Sometimes we miss. Go to R1. Why you can't type anything? IP DHCP pool, DHCP. No default router. 10.0050. Default router 10.001. The correct DHCP. Correct default gateway for the subnet. Then going to Linux. So we got the correct default gateway now. I can ping 40001. I just try to capture all the packets. DHCP. Is it because, okay, so I have to clear binding. Now we see this. So now I see 10001. My DHCP identifier is 40002. My relay agent is 10001. And in addition, I think when we configure the DNS, we should also see your DNS information. What is your DNS servers? So IP name server. Let me give example 8.8.8. Go to the Linux, do a capture again. Turn off, turn on. Okay. You should see in the hack. I should see my DNS here. Let me go to this check R1.
So you need to specify in the DHCP configuration, right?
Mm,
Because that is router DNS.
yeah, let me check. Yeah, looks like yeah. Correct. The DHCP parameters we have to send, yeah. 8.8.8. Correct it, yeah. Connect. Is it again? We have to show pretty pointing. Turn off, turn on again. Yeah, you can see your DNS detail here. It's a good point, Deep. So that's a whole packet flow, right? Because it has to be inside the pool when the pool is configured, because the whole process is a DHCP. In the DHCP, of a message, it's going to give not only the subnet mask and network detail. So the key details we have to check is it our DNS configuration is properly done, and I do see that my default route, my subnet mask is matching it. Do I see my correct DHCP server? This way you can find your rogue DHCP server if you're receiving from a different DHCP server. And also you can compare your lease times here in option 51. You can see the lease time is for 1 day. So renewal is 12 hours. So you can see your rebinding timers, everything inside your DHCP packet. So this is a whole flow of DHCP. So anybody has any questions about this? When you troubleshoot this, if you go by packet, I would suggest this would be a very easiest way of troubleshooting it.
How about the other extended options like
Option 43.
43, then option 66, 42?
Uh,
Have you seen like in production? I have personally I have seen.
I have seen this option 43 I worked with for this AP discovery. When it finds
AP.
a controller, we should see the same controller information there in option 43. But here we have the limitation with the lab for wireless controllers for other options. Maybe, I don't know, option 66 is something. It is used for what?
It is also used for the VoIP to fetch the boot
Ah,
file.
that's something. Do we have anything voice? I don't know what is that. VoIP,
Option
right?
42 is for like NTP server, which also like we usually do for
The
the
NTP we can try, I think. NTP is something we can try.
no, you can just pass on the information, no need to configure.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, but I'm just looking at it. If they can do NTP server, I think, right? NTP server. Let's make it local 40002 just to see those informations, right? But I think again it has to be inside the DHCP pool. I never did that. DHCP. We used only I have experience with Infoblox. I never tried much with router as a DHCP. Just for lab, we are doing it.
Same, I have worked with Windows NTP server. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Windows DHCP server.
okay.
Mostly, yeah.
Oh, Windows. Okay.
Mhm.
I think here options. We have to explore this.
Option 42.
I think, does it send the NTP information back?
Yeah, option 42 IP, then the IP
Just
of NTP
the
server.
NTP. Okay, so inside the DHCP pool, then definitely it's expected. We should see that there. I have to go clear this. And what is that we have? Okay, so let's try. Option 43, let's say same 40002. Option 43 IP.
Usually, I mean, like in option 43, we usually give the controller information.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, option 43 is for controller. To discover the controller, we send this back as a DHCP to AP. So AP sees, okay, this is my controller IP address with option 43, and it's going to discover the controller. Did I do capture? See, Discord going on, hack. Yeah, we see option 42, NTP server. Option 43, why we don't see that option 43? When it offered, let's discover. West.
It's there now in option 42.
Yeah, option 43. We did also for 43.
Okay,
It's
option
not
42.
sending 43. So fine, yo. So you should apparently see this options, all the options, whatever you're configuring it. You should see all this. I don't know why it should not send them. You guys lost my screen, right?
Yep.
You guys can see my screen? Small?
Yeah.
Second. Let me check this. It's an R1, right?
So what is option 43 config?
Yeah. One second.
I mean, like, usually in Windows and all, we usually calculate the hexadecimal,
Hmm.
then only like it will accept.
Option 42. There is a calculator with me. Let's try that. So, do you guys want to see that option
No, no need.
43?
No
Yeah,
need. I
fine.
no. But one thing, I mean, like, so lot of wireless issues, we usually do the troubleshooting like with these options.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys want, I will show you how you do that. How you do deep. I mean, I generally use IP subnet calculator. What is that? IP subnet calculator has an option for to change your IP to hexa
Hmm,
value.
correct.
That's something I do, and we should see that value. Maybe that's a good point, I think. we have to give that. But in option 43, I think whatever IP we are giving, we should receive it. Maybe it should work only if it is an hexa. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it's not sending it. So why I can't load this IP subnet calculator? Okay, so in the meantime, so once it opens up, I'll show you that how to change the IP to hexa value. Let's go to the course. So any questions related to this? I didn't share my screen. Any questions related to this? Anybody? No questions? You guys are all good? No questions? Okay. So coming to switching, I don't want to take the same thing again. We have seen what is .1 queue. We saw this .1 queue packets. We did router on stick. So there are some things, spanning tree and link aggregation simultaneously we'll see. We'll jump quickly into the routing, and today we will see the OSPF headers and packet types. And also we'll try to replicate a firewall in the middle and to do a do a OSPF between the Palo Alto and Cisco, and we see packet exchanges. So now let's go to the routing. But before OSPF, I'll talk a little bit about static routing and default routing, not much. You guys are familiar with that, I believe so. If you guys still, I mean, anybody here has questions related to that, if you're not, if you have not done much with routing, do let me know. Yeah. So we can go deep about that if needed. So quickly, there are three different route types we have, right? Sorry, yep, three different route types. One is static route. The second thing is default route. The third routing is dynamic route. So when you see the key dominators are BGP and OSPF, but since still there are few they are using 1 minute, I think there is a power cut happening here. Sorry for that. So you guys lost my screen. Do you guys can see my screen?
Yes.
I think 1 minute. Let me check what screen you guys see. This one. So there are few still they are using EIGRP, but I have seen in most designs it's what do you say, vendor friendly is OSPF, right? So that's why we covered only OSPF and BGP. These two are dynamic. We know this. So static and default. So we know this generally we in the firewalls we'll be using static routes. It based on the deployment. If the deployment is different, they are also using a dynamic protocols. Default route generally we use in the edge devices where we point this to ISP, right? That's your immediate next hop for all your internet traffic out. So default route generally it's all zeros. Some vendor it is /0. This is a subnet mask. And your next hop. Example 100.0.0.1, your public IP address. This is how you build your default route for your underlay connection. Right? So static route is, we know that even in our topology, if you compare. So from here, I want to reach 10 network. From R1, my routing is run section route. So I'm telling 10.0.0.0 is going to 40.0.0.1 because if I do show IP route, this is my static route. I don't have any default route to my next hop. So that's why I don't know about 10 network. So I want to do a static route to this. That's mostly a painful process in a big environment. But if it is just your next hop, is your route, I mean, if your next hop is a firewall, or it purely, depends on your design, how you design your network. So this is a static route. As I said, default route is something is this, if this is my edge, if R1 is my edge, let's go to R3. So if this is my R3 and this is my edge device where I am connecting something to my internet. Something like this. So I'm telling that all my default route goes to next hop. That's something IP route 0.0.0.0.0.0. It's sample 100.0.0.1. So if I do show IP route after this, so the static route, sorry, where is my default route here? It's 100.0.0.1, right? Okay, I do have two static route. Okay. So if there is a fallback, if you want a fallback like floating static route, that's something. If I have two static route in my scenario, maybe for redundancy, I can change my AD value. Let's give 10. Right, it's not section route. It should generally show up my 100.0.0.5. Okay, I think I should have the active interface, my table, to see that. Where is that IP address is GI0/1. Okay, interface GI0/1. IP address 100.0.0.2.255.255.255.0. And I think both interface should come up, let's see. Yeah. So the interface should be active. That is one thing to note. Section route. So yeah, I am giving a priority as this is by default, this is a 1 static route. The administrative distance, if you guys have learned about, the lower the administrative distance is more preferred. So if you have two static routes, example for redundant sampling, if the primary goes down, an example, the GI0/0 is your secondary. See, I have a static route for 100.0.0.5 as a next hop for this interface, right? This interface GI0/0 going out. So obviously, I think if I shut down this link, GI0/1, if I do a shut, so you should see the 10.0.0.5 comes up. So you have a dual ISP connection and you want this primary to go over this link. This is your primary. If this is your secondary link. So the least AD is preferred. So I'm giving here by default it is 1. AD is 1 administrative distance. But here AD is 10. On purpose I've given. So if this link goes down, automatically my static route should show up here in next hop. Just to avoid the loop, by design we do this. Any questions on this? Static routes, default routes, and how do we prioritize the default routes? No question? Fine.